I don't know about unboxing videos, but I've got a couple of boxes. One I've already opened and one I'm about to open. I am not sponsored in any way by anyone. My own money here. This is a box I got from Element 14. Had some good stuff in it. Parts for my Amiga 3000 remake, including some Zorro slots. You really can't see through the anti-static bags. One thing that is visible though, if I dig it out, so I open the bag, are these SIM sockets for my A3000 remake. It's only arrived a couple of days ago. They are absolutely amazing. Nicest SIM sockets I've ever seen, and at $25 each Australian, they should be pretty good and all. In amongst this is a bunch of other stuff like crystals and some SMD buffers and so on, and for making tick circuits for power supplies that aren't providing tick because they're an ATX power supply. For some purposes I'm actually going to have a tick circuit for my Amiga 2000. Amphenol DB9s, lovely stuff for the 3000 remake. Anyway, beautiful solder for doing surface mount, really fine. I like to buy good solder. I mean, it's contaminated with lead, that stuff, but you know, top quality solder is, I don't have to worry about what's in the flux and stuff like that. It'll be all on the up and up. So yeah, this is my first ever PCB order, and like I say, unsponsored. Although I did get a message on one of my vids from PCB Way. This order was made independently of that. So what should be in here are 10 tiny little printed circuit boards for making ticks. They are the tick boards for the EATX project. I'd wondered where I was going to get a crystal locked tick board for a very long time, and it wasn't until I started having a good look at the EATX project on GitHub that I went, oh wow, it's right there. Very glad to have that to work with. So a big thanks to Jason Beer for doing that work. Buying 10 was no more expensive than buying 5, so here we are. I will sell some, but I will have to take care to not profit from the IP in the boards. But I'm ways in for parts, and I've assumed a bit of risk too. I mean, I had no idea how this would all look. It could have been that I'd bought a whole lot of scrap too, so we'll see. But look at that. That's the connector. Oh, pardon me. Which has on the EATX 2000, it picks up power off the header as well. But that looks like it's exactly what I need it to be. Well, I'll be. Ha! How about that? I'm going to show this. I've got my microscope set up, as you know, and I'm going to do some soldering under it and pick up the audio on my podcast microphone, so it'll be the best audio you've heard. Well, from me. So I've got a bit of a cold too, you can probably hear that in my voice. So, yep, a bunch of parts from Farnell for my A3000 remake, some extra Zorro slots and stuff. And look at this, 10 PCBs to make crystal locked 50 Hertz square wave pulses. I think, based on some measurements I did the other day, you know, like the tick is a square wave, and I think the tick circuit pulls 5 volts low. So on the motherboard, the tick is held at 5 volts from the power supply through a fairly high value resistor, and the tick circuit grabs it and draws a tiny little bit of current but pulls it back down to 0 rather than pushing it back up to 5. It's upside down for you. Rather than pushing it back up. Anyway, that's my first PCB order, and that has to be right. It just has to be. That's super exciting. And it was super cheap. I think I got a voucher for signing up. I think I'm in for $5 Australian. Oh, sorry, $5 US total for the boards. Quite remarkable. I actually need 5. I need one. I don't know that I need one, but I've got a Phoenix board that's on my channel. Power supply doesn't tick, and then I have two 2000s, and then I want to build the EATX 2000, and I need a spare. So that's 3, 4, 5. Oh, hello, what's going on here? Ha! There's a spare. I didn't buy parts to make a spare. Gee, they're nicely finished too. No loose edges on there or anything. Very, very exciting. I'll be back. I've had some issues with copying large files with this 2000, and I've just watched Gadget UK's video on it, and so I need to rip out the LS245s on the board just above the Zorro edge connector, socket it, and put something else in there. Probably I'll go with these, he mentioned HCTs and he used ALSs, but I've got these HCs here that I'll probably use. I think I've got some sockets, and I'll dig up some capacitors and recap it while I'm in there, get the jumper on there for 14 megahertz, and I've ordered a Revision 8 Western Digital SCSI controller for it as well. It's pretty good at the moment. It's about 1.6 megahertz. Sorry, 1.6 megabytes a second, 1.5, 1.6 megabytes a second. I could easily see double that, which would be blazingly fast. It's already the fastest 2000 I've ever come across, just because of the Zulu SCSI. But I am very excited to see what happens when I double the speed of the SCSI controller chip. Anyway, excitement plus. Can't wait to make these, and I'll have to do some practice soldering with those kits first, but that's doable, especially under a microscope. That's super doable. Actually, maybe I can show that right now. Wow. Let's see. Turn that on. Oh, those fluoros. Aren't they terrible? I'll quickly switch those off. We'll pull focus on here. So janky using... Yeah, I've got the focal range I need. Look at that. If I can't do SMD soldering, with that kind of magnification, then I'm sunk, aren't I? Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping. Yep, different crystal frequencies, and github.com, Jason Beer, Amiga 2000, EATX. Kind of hidden there, don't miss them.